It has been a long time since BTS debut, and they have gone through so many changes in their career. From a relatively unknown group from a small company, to now becoming the most successful group in South Korea, and even the world. It is expected that they will also have some image changes from time to time, and they certainly look very different from their debut era to now. We all grow up, but for idols, they also go through what I like to call the K-pop glow up. Whether we like it or not, it's part of their job to pay attention to their image, and many times this involves hard work and effort. It could be diet, exercise, makeup, better outfits, a new haircut, or any other beauty procedure. Their whole evolution is really interesting to watch. This is a before and after video, but with a bit more focus on the journey and their struggles. At the end, you can tell me down below who changed the most. BTS had a difficult beginning. Everyone knows about it. But probably the member that felt the most pressure during that era was Jimin. He was originally a modern dancer, and he was also the last member to be included in the group. It was difficult for him to adapt. You can see from preview he had quite a chubby and cute face, but the group needed him to look more masculine for the first concepts. So, in the first years he focused on having a muscular body. Later on, the concepts of BTS changed, and so did his image. He went through an extreme diet period during Blood, Sweat and Tears era. He tends to gain weight quite easily, so that's probably why he has become more perfectionist towards his body. At first it was lots of exercise to look more muscular, then it was diet, and afterwards, trying not to be difficult with himself and not getting hurt while performing. With time, he has become more stable and joyful with his appearance. He continues to be a perfectionist in everything he does, but hopefully he doesn't give himself such a hard time as before. He really has gone from a cute boy, desperate to debut and prove himself, to someone who is clearly happy on his own skin and full of confidence. RM, the idol and artist with a vision. He was the first member, and we can say the group was formed around him. He was mainly a rapper, and from his pre-debut photos, we can see his style and overall image fitted more with that identity. As an idol, he knew that he didn't quite cover the beauty standards, but he always trusted his talent. He had a unique look and he embraced it. At first, he enhanced his rapper qualities and image, but as the group changed concept, he started to adopt a cleaner and more elegant kind of vibe. As a frontman in English interviews and the leader of the group, he has developed a mature charisma and self-confident persona. We know he has always been very deep and reflective, but nowadays you can feel it even more. Even his rapping has gotten less showy and strong, to be more melodic and calm. Maybe it's just part of his growth as an artist, but I think he is the member that has followed BTS changes in music with his style and outfits the most. He went from a strong and cool rapper with still some doubt and insecurities about his future as an idol, to a charismatic and profound artist that can lead the way whenever the group is having a difficult time. He was really young when he debuted. He was a kid that thought he would become a farmer, and though he always liked art and music, he never really thought he would get where he is now. Since an early age, you can see his sharp and delicate features, though he certainly had a more cute and innocent aspect to him. There is a reason why Big Hit maintained him as a secret member before debut, and worried about other companies discounting him. His appeal was palpable since the beginning. However, not everything in his time as an idol has been perfect. He have had very sad events. The death of his grandparents, that were like parents to him, was a big impact in his life. Maybe it's only my perception, but he seemed to mature and allowed himself to show more vulnerability and even sadness through his whole style and music after that. His hairstyle is probably what has changed the most throughout the years, with his fashion being a close second. Nowadays, he has more of a mysterious aura to him and a clear knowledge on what works for him in style, gestures, and music. He went from an innocent and passionate kid to a man that isn't afraid to show both his joyful and vulnerable side, and that is what makes him so unique. Since young, he decided to do music even if the path seemed impossible. He's actually one of the few stories about idols being producers first, and later on becoming trainees. In pre-debut photos, you can see he had his distinctive cute and round features. It wasn't until he became a trainee, and later on an idol, that he started worrying more about his appearance. He's one of the members that has to put an extra effort in dancing, especially because he can't push himself as much due to his shoulder injury. He has also went through a lot of self-doubt and periods of depression throughout the years. We know all of this because he has always shared his thoughts and feelings through his music. Physically, we have seen him change his style and hairstyle according to the concepts of the group, but always having the Suga essence. I would say for him, music has always come first, and though I can say there have been times where you can feel he's not at his best, when it comes to the group, he will always give it all. He seemed to have adjusted well to the idol life even if it was difficult at first. He's now definitely more sure of himself, and he is willing to seize every opportunity that comes his way, an idol that you can admire. The kind older brother. He's handsome since pre-debut. You can notice it in his photos. There was even an instance when tourists took photos with him just because he was good looking. For BTS, when he joined the group, he didn't have any experience in singing and dancing, and he always felt he lacked in many areas. I would say he's the idol that has consistently improved the most. He continued working on his singing and dancing, but also on his charisma, gestures, and even mental health. He has a positive attitude for everything he does, and is one of the members that communicates about loving yourself the most. His looks have stayed as handsome as ever, and he actually seems to never age. I will say the main difference in him is his confidence on stage. Of course, he had changed things like the hairstyle and makeup, but overall, he looks the same. He has kept his genuine and goofy personality intact, and that deserves praise on its own. His glow up had more to do with his abilities on stage. He just learned how to shine more brightly in every new performance. The golden magne of the group. He was really young when he debuted. You can see it in his photos. He still had a baby face. He was a very shy and quiet boy, to the point that he was asked whether he could debut because of how introverted he was. You can see his struggle when showing his talent in his audition for K-Star 3. During the first years of the group, he focused on showing the best performance he could do and improving his abilities, to the point that he is known to exhaust himself quite regularly. Also, because he was really young when he started his journey as an idol, he has said that he has a difficult time interacting with new people and showing his true self. He has a lot of pressure to keep being perfect in all areas. He is, after all, the center in many of the songs. There has also been quite a lot of backlash whenever he had made a mistake or he didn't follow what people expected from him. It's no wonder he has become even more reserved. He's very artistic, and hopefully, we can see him express more of himself in the future. The shy boy is turning into an amazing man that, although he has a lot of pressure and stress, is one of the strongest people out there. From pre-debut, J-Hope's strength has always been his dancing. While he was immersed in the idol training, he discovered that he lacked in a lot of areas. He didn't know much about producing music, or rapping for example, and he also was one of the members that was criticized the most over his looks. He doesn't cover all the Korean beauty standards, but he knows how to use his qualities to look better on stage. There has been a progression in his confidence over his music abilities. He is now confident enough to release solo music and contribute to the songwriting for the group. It is said that he had a low-energy personality before he decided to use the name J-Hope, and since then he has been full of joy and hope. You can see that he has grown to become an essential member of the group, with his full energy on and outside the stage. Everything about him has become bolder and brighter. He loves having strong colors in his hair and sometimes using some flamboyant outfits. He went from a boy who only trusted his dancing to a confident performer and artist that isn't afraid of trying new things, no matter how extravagant or outgoing they may seem. Hope you like watching all of them grow and glow up even more than before. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.